Hi everybody, it is Wednesday. It was really icky outside today, and I also had a really big test today. And my thought is whenever it's really icky or you feel really icky, the best thing to do is to make yourself look really good, and it always makes you feel really good. So, what I'm going to do today is something that always brightens my day, and that's to wear bright colors. And I'm going with pink today. A lot of people don't know how to wear pink, especially with eyeshadow. Lipstick, it's a little bit easier to get away with if you don't know how to do it, but eyeshadows especially, it's really hard to do pink and not look like a 5-year-old that got her first makeup set. So, that's what I'm going to do today. I already did my foundation this morning, and I also did mascara. As you can kind of see, it's still my Benefit mascara, and I still love it. So I'm going to move on to other stuff. First, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a bronzer because this is also kind of a springy makeup, and every springy makeup needs to have a little bit of extra color to your cheeks. So I'm going to do that. I'm using my e.l.f. Golden Bronzer. Well, it's actually ELF, and means eyes, lips, and face, but it looks like e.l.f., so that's what I'm sticking with, okay? And it's got kind of a pinky tone up here, so I'm trying to stick mostly with that because I think it's really important to give yourself a nice glow. And I'm doing this all over because it's meant to be more of a spring look. I'm also putting it a little bit over my eyelids, like I like to do. This one does not have the glitteries that my Aquaceuticals does, but that's okay. I really just want the color from it. I don't really want so much the sparklies since I'm doing it all over, which is why I picked this one, because it doesn't have the sparklies. Okay, and maybe before I did that, I probably should have done my concealer, because I just realized I have really dark circles underneath my eyes. I don't know if you can tell or not. I can. So I'm going to dab a little bit over there. Doesn't look like I'm too bad everywhere else. And use my foundation brush like I usually do to blend it in. I like to do this before I do my lower eye makeup, especially since it tends to rub off otherwise, or it becomes ultimately ineffective because you wind up going over it. So I decided a long time ago that it was better to do it before rather than after. So, alright, that's done. I'm going to do my blusher now. I'm going to go ahead and use the same brush. It's the powder brush from my Walmart kit. And this is the e.l.f. blusher. And it's pretty pink. I don't know if you can see how pink that is. It's pretty pink. I don't usually like to do super pink. But this look deserves it. I just want to put on the apples. My mom used to always tell me to suck in my cheeks and do it like that, but I prefer to smile, and then where it puffs up, that's where you want to put the blusher. It's much more fun to smile anyways than make fish faces. Okay, so that's done. Next, I am going to do my eyes. Now, with this look, you want to kind of keep it bright, and I really prefer to use a black, but in this particular makeup case, I'm not going to, because you want it to be a bright, springy look, almost look like it's your natural base color, as opposed to not. So, I'm using Rimmel Spark It Up, and I'm trying to figure out what color it is. Tiger's Eye, and it's sparkly, and it's brown. And I put it on the waterline. You can put it below if you like, but I prefer waterline. And because it's a lot lighter than a regular eyeliner, you want to be a little bit more heavy with it. Go over a few more times than you maybe normally would. Yep. Okay. And then eyeshadow. Now, this little set is Beauty Treats Flower Blossom Eye Palette. I have no idea where it's from. Oops. A friend gave it to me because I was lacking on some colors. So she gave this to me, but it says on the back that it was $4.99, so somewhere it was only $4.99. I have no idea where, so I'm sorry, I can't really help you with that. But I'm using this palette right here because it's got a dark pink and a light pink. But you should never wear pinks by themselves. It's not flattering on anybody unless you're like into the punk hip-hop type look. So I'm going to start with like a medium brown. It's in the same little flower petal as the pink. And I'm just going to go on my lid fairly lightly, actually, because I do want the pink to be the focal color, but I don't want it to be ridiculous. And then from this petal, I'm using this light color up at the top, just to kind of, all of these are sparkly, and I want to kind of make sure I have an all-over sparkle, at least around my eyes. And a little bit in the corner. Yeah. And that'll help kind of brighten your face up a little bit. Okay. And then I'm going to use a little bit smaller brush. I'm going to use this brush. And this is where I'm going to use the pink. And I'm going to use the lighter one. I'm going to run it along my crease. Both sides. Pretty heavily because it's a light pink, so it won't show up super well. Now this look is really good, especially for people with hazel eyes or even green eyes, a little bit with brown eyes. I've mostly brown eyes depending on the day, but it's good for all of those eye types especially. And then I'm going to use even a tinier brush. And I'm going to use this dark pink. I'm going to run this underneath, just on the outer corner. And this is why I chose to do it on the waterline, or do my brown on the waterline, so that I could do this underneath. And if you did the other one underneath, you could just blend it lightly with your finger with the brush. But I didn't want to do that. So, and I think I need a little bit more of the light pink on this side because it didn't show up as well as I wanted it to. Okay, so I don't know if you can see the colors well enough or not. Yeah, you can like see the pink up here. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, okay. So there's that. And then I actually forgot a step. I'm going to use this highlighter. It's a sampler from Benefit. I forgot which one it was, but I really like it. You just dab it on with your finger. And I like to go kind of heavy with this particular look with the highlighter because in this case the highlighter is going to be the only sparkle you have on the rest of your face. And it's also kind of pinky, and I like pinky. So it looks wet now, but once it blends in, it'll be better. And if you want to get rid of the wet look immediately, you can always just go over it a little bit with the bronzer. But I didn't want to do that, so I'm not going to. And then last for this look is going to be the lip. I'm going to use Exaggerate Full Color Lip Liner by Rimmel in East End Snob. I think that's a fun color name. I like these because they get bigger and smaller. They're lots of fun. So, and also a lot easier than having to sharpen them. I hate sharpening my pencils. I'm going to line my lip. And you want to color in a little bit too, because for me at least, a lip liner is about making sure the color lasts. And if your actual lipstick doesn't last, you don't want to be completely colorless. And a lip liner will last a lot longer than most lipsticks. Especially since I tend to go a little bit cheaper on lipsticks because I don't use them often enough for me to be willing to spend $20 on a giant tube of lipstick that I'm barely going to use. And this is perfect. It's from Sally's Beauty Supply. It's called Sally Girl in I don't know what color. But it's really tiny. Like, I don't have a normal lip tube out, but it's really tiny. So, this is the one I'm using. It's kind of a really pinky color, and I really like it. And the only problem is because it's so tiny, you have to do extra on the lip, but that's okay. And it's also a brighter pink, and it brings out the pink in the cheeks and in the eyes. I don't know if you can see or not, but you can definitely tell that it's pinker. And I like that. So, and kind of leery about how shiny I look right now. But it's been a long day, so I'm not going to fault myself too much. But this is the pinky look. It's a very fun, and it makes me feel a lot better. Makes me feel bright and fresh, and I like that. So, hopefully you enjoyed this tutorial, and hopefully it helps you out. And just comment below if you would like to see something else. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye.